So just thinking about accounting, one thing that I wanted to do with my students is after they got through their exams, I like to have a conversation with them about what's next. And like I always say, this is the long game. We're thinking long term here. The reason that I pursued my CPA certification is because I wanted to create options for myself. I wanted to be in the driver's seat of my career and make decisions on my own terms. And of course, create that freedom and that flexibility to work when you want and do what you want. So other people have other reasons. Some people do it as a requirement to move up in their jobs or just to make themselves more marketable. And I think something that we get so caught up in as CPA candidates is we're so stressed out and so anxious about passing the exam that we get this tunnel vision with audit, with FAR, with BEC, with reg, and we're not thinking about, okay, I passed the CPA exam and finally I'm done, it's over with, when really that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning of your career, of making yourself more marketable and being able to walk into any room and prove that you are an accounting expert. And when I teach my courses, I don't teach students to pass the exam. I teach students the fundamentals of accounting, those concepts that you have to know in order to pass the exam. Because if I just taught people to pass the exam, I would feel like, okay, so what's next? We memorized enough to get a 75, but what happens when you go back to work and you have that piece of paper that says that you're a certified public accountant? What happens then? Are you still going to be in this senior accountant role? Are you still going to be wondering, okay, what's the benefit of doing this? I haven't gotten promoted. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. And I don't want candidates to get caught up in that, thinking that once they pass the exam, everything is just going to fall in your lap. Now, granted, as a CPA, there are a number of doors and opportunities that open for you that may not have been available to you before. But most importantly, you want to be seen as an expert in your field. You want to be that go-to person that when your company is thinking about acquiring another company, you can speak intelligently about what that purchase accounting is going to look like. Or maybe your company is struggling and on the verge of bankruptcy. What are some things that you can talk to them about, some suggestions that you could make based on your accounting expertise to potentially save the company or minimize the loss? So what happens when a company's trying to figure out, should they introduce a new product? Should they discontinue a product? Should they shut down 500 of their stores across the U.S.? Then how can they make the best informed decision? If they have somebody like you on the team who understands this beyond just passing the exam, then that's where your value comes in. That's how you stand out from the crowd and from everybody else. So don't look at the CPA exam as being the end. It's actually the beginning of something far greater for you, for your professional life, and for whatever your reason is for sitting for the exam. So I just wanted to share that. I want to give y'all something to think about, and I just want to make sure y'all don't get so lost in the content and get so lost in trying to get that 75 and you don't know if you're studying the right thing, but really focus on learning the content. Once you learn that content, you can pass the exam. You can answer those questions regardless of what format they throw it to you as, whether it's an MCQ, it can be a written, it can be in DRS, it can be a simulation. It doesn't matter what form or format they give you the scenario in, you should still be able to answer it if you know the information. So happy to discuss this with y'all. Happy to answer any questions you have about the CPA exam, the process, and really get some study tips on how to be strategic and maximize your time. So if you have not downloaded my ebook, it's called CPA. And the reason for that is my expectation is after you read the book, you get some motivation so that it can be your name, comma, CPA. So if you do not have the book, please go ahead and download it. It's on my website, www.nickwinston.com. If you follow me on Instagram, it's also on the CPA exam help link in my bio. I'm at Nick Winston, NIKKWINSTON. And you can always email me. My email is hello@nickwinston.com. So look forward to talking with y'all and continuing to answer your questions about the CPA exam. Do be on the lookout for those of you in Atlanta or those of you interested in coming to join us in Atlanta for the CPA Review Live course, which I'm going to be hosting later this summer in Atlanta. We're going to go over sections of the exam, starting with BEC, all of the information that you need to know, the content from the new blueprints that are going to be effective next month, July 2019. And we're going to practice. We're going to get into some questions, some simulations, how to answer those, how to use your time during the exam, and all that good stuff. So look forward to connecting with you guys. And until next time, see y'all later.